These are the Sony WH1000MX4s, and they're known as one of the best, if not the best, headphones for active noise cancellation. But with the newer MX5s now a year old, and the MX6 is probably going to be released within the next year or so, how are the MX4s doing in 2023? So as someone who's been using these headphones for about 2.5 years, I'd love to tell you about my experience and how they're doing. So, let's talk tech. I'm majoring with art and tech, and if you've traveled by plane at any point in the past few years, you've probably seen somebody wearing these WH1000MX4s. And chances are you've probably seen many glowing reviews about these headphones from when they were first released in 2020. And I'm happy to affirm that 3 years later, those reviews still hold true today, because these headphones are just great. First and foremost, the sound quality on the WH1000MX4s are really good. It's very clear, it's not too bass heavy, and you can customize the sound on the app. So right out the box, the sound is really great and it's going to please most of the people who put them on. I've only heard a couple people who have complained about the sound quality not being great, and those people are kind of known as audiophiles. People who critique sound to a very high standard. And for me, as long as the headphones have great balanced sound, they're gonna be good for me. And so I think for most people who are gonna try this out, it's gonna be great for them too. Another great thing about these headphones is the 30 hours of battery life. In my 2.5 years of using these headphones, I've probably charged them maybe 10 times total. Granted, I don't use them every day because I primarily use my AirPods, but that 30 hours of battery life is really great. And if you find out that they're dead, they have quick charging, so 10 minutes of charging can get you 5 hours of listening time, which is amazing. Most headphones have that capabilities now, so it's nice that these weren't left out, being 3 years old. And if you do ever find yourself without battery, you can always just use it with the 3.5mm jack that comes with the case. And since most phones don't have an audio jack anymore, my pro tip is to always have an adapter in the case with that jack, just in case you ever run out of battery. The next thing is the fit of these headphones and how comfortable they are. They fit perfectly over most ears. Because they're so lightweight, it's easy to wear them for long periods of time. There are days in the office where it's just a little too loud, so I can find myself having this on my head for a straight 8-hour workday. Your ears might eventually get a little warm if you're in a warmer environment or if you're a warm person, so you might have to take them off here and there, but kind of hard to take off when you're in the zone. If you live in colder environments, you can use these as earmuffs, so pretty great. Like I said in the beginning, these are one of the best active noise cancellation headphones in the market. There might be other headphones out there that will challenge these or be a little bit better, but because of the portability of these headphones, it makes it a perfect travel companion. And that's why you probably see a ton of people wearing these on planes, trains, and other public transportation. I think the newer MX5s are just a tad better, but because they don't fold up like these do, it's a little bit less portable. Their transparency mode, or I think it's called ambient sound, is good. It heard some people that it doesn't beat the AirPod Maxes by any means, but it does what it needs to do. But like I said, the active noise cancellation on these are just hard to beat. If you just need to focus, pop these in, play some music or white noise if you don't want to listen to music. For me, it's just put them on, put some lo-fi on, and I'm the most productive person in the room. Another feature that I love about these is multi-point connection, which is simply the ability to connect to 2 devices at the same time and switch simultaneously between them two without having to disconnect and reconnect all the time. I personally often have it connected to my iPad or my MacBook as well as my iPhone. So if I need to switch over to my MacBook or my iPad, I can pause whatever's playing on my iPhone and switch and play the next thing on my Mac or my tablet, and it works perfectly. Sometimes the switching between the 2 devices is actually faster than my AirPods Pro. Not always, but sometimes. And the way you do the multi-point connection is through the app, and the app is actually really simple to use. Unlike other headphones that I've tried, like the JBL Experience app, that app you don't have the ability to manage which devices you're connected to. It's all kind of a guessing game with JBL headphones, but with Sony's, the app is just easy to use. You can customize your equalizer settings, you can analyze your ear shape and have the 360 sound, and then you can choose between like sound quality mode to stable connection mode, so you can have either really great quality or low latency, whichever you need in the moment. The touch controls on these headphones are still pretty easy to use, though it might take some learning. You have volume control, you can play and pause, you can skip, and if you're into it, you can actually even use it to activate Alexa. And one of the cool things, which I don't use too often, but it is nice to use once in a while when I remember to do so, is the cup to hear thing. I don't know what it's called, but you basically just hold it over one side of your headphones, and then the transparency mode will go on briefly and pause your music, and you can have a conversation, and then you let go, and it goes back to active noise cancellation, and your music continues to play. And I think that's just really handy. And one last feature that I really enjoy from these is the wear detection. So it automatically will pause your music when you take them off. And if you are one of those people who don't like that, you can turn it off in the app. I don't know why people don't like that. I just love being able to not miss something from a podcast or skip a song incidentally because I have to take the headphones off for a second. Though these are one of the best headphones out there, there are some things that are not perfect with them. But before I do that, make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it so far and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. And if you want to get the Sony WH1000MX4s, make sure to get them through our affiliate links in the description below. You help support our channel by using those affiliate links, and if you're looking for more affordable options, I have a link to our Amazon storefront there as well. So the cons. I mentioned earlier that these are super lightweight, but that's because they are made out of plastic for the most part, and that plastic creaks. Now, you're spending a lot of money on these headphones still because they still retail at $350, which by the way is only $50 less than the newer MX5s. But I believe the choice of using plastic is just to keep them lightweight, which I can understand, but sometimes the plastic does creak a little too often for my liking coming from over $300 pair of headphones. Another thing I don't really like about these headphones, which you can turn off, is the talk to speech feature. If you're wearing your headphones listening to music and you start talking, it will lower the volume of your music and keep it until it recognizes that you've stopped talking or if it feels like the conversation is over, which seems like a cool feature at first, but then you realize if you're listening to music and you're getting into it and you start singing the song, it will think that you're trying to talk to somebody and it will lower your music and then kind of ruin the moment of the song. So for that, I don't really like it and I usually just keep that off. So it's fine that you're able to take it off, but I think when you first get them, it's automatically turned on. And the last thing that I'll have to mention again is the price. It's just $350 is a steep amount of money to pay for headphones. Sure, there are headphones that are more expensive than it, but $250 is kind of where I think is an appropriate price tag for these. Especially because these aren't made out of great high-grade material. Even though everything is super comfortable and lightweight, like I said, $350 is sometimes hard to justify. But if you can find a used version for $200 or less, that is the best deal and you should absolutely buy it. They're one of the best headphones on the market for traveling and active noise cancellation. And if you can afford them, they're going to be well worth your money, especially if you can find them for a really good price. Honestly, as long as you take good care of them, I believe they'll last longer than most of your headphones that you'll own in your entire life. And if Sony continues to make new models of the Sony WH-1000MX series, you can expect these to eventually go down in retail price if they continue to manufacture them, or you can find them used for a really great price. So in 2023, should you consider buying these? I say absolutely. When I bought these in 2021, they were used and they were in great condition. Whether you're getting them for travel, for work, for school, or just for fun, these headphones will not let you down. I've even paired these with my PS5 and used them as gaming headphones, so these are really versatile. But if $350 is just way too much to shell out for a pair of headphones, I totally understand. Arnell did a review on the Soundcore Live Q20s right here, which are a great pair of headphones that still have good active noise cancellation and are under $100. So go check that out and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.